Test. 1, 2. You guys notice my hype music? Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on a sweater already. Mom spaghetti. But let them dance, Ryan. Let them dance. You better never let it go. I did a little cough there to cover up the curse word. Um, can't get by with my 9 to 5. My type of life for my family. Don't buy diapers. And it's getting even harder trying to weed and water my seed. Plus, teeter totter caught up between being a stay in one spot. I got to say, am I not? Success is my only mother option. Failure's not. I cannot grow old in Salem's lot. Feet fail me not. All right, Efren, you want to cut the music for me, brother? All right. You guys know that's my hype song, right? That's how I approach life. You get one shot. Get one shot, right? Yeah. Yeah, here we go. So I hope some of you guys caught some square this morning. Dritz actually caught the 50s for 30 cents, and I think he said he got out at like 120. So he got a massive percentage win there. I went for the dollars. I got about 90%. Got about a $4 win out of a $5 trade. So 160s. My bad. My bad. What is that? 3 times 4, that's 12. So five, that's 500 plus percent win there, man. Jeez. Nice one. Nice one. Um, the other trade I like that I still got working, it didn't fill me on that dip, was a Peloton VPS. And Funko, you guys, I'm in this for the long haul, but it's flagging right here, right beneath resistance. Um, so that one's on watch. It's got a nice little 3-minute squeeze going. It'll probably turn into a 5-minute squeeze here soon. Maybe for a late day push. We'll see. Jim, are you in the room, Jim? I don't know if Jim's in here or not. Um, he had some questions earlier today about some charts, and I wanted to run through them real quick just to make sure. We said there was some discussion yesterday, and Ryan and Cajun Cat were talking. And can you guys see this? See this chart here? He says, "Hey, how would you read a chart like this? What about this candle?" So you guys remember I was telling you ASO was in a real nice squeeze, right? You can see this nice flag squeeze we got going on here, and check this candle out, right? We got 14.3 mil break. So his question is, how do you read this, or what would you call this? So what do you guys think in the room? I don't know if you guys were part of the conversation yesterday, but what would you guys call that candle? Yeah, so Cajun got it right yesterday. So what I call it is just it's just a highway candle, right? It's signified by indecision, right? So you got some indecision, you got a highway candle, and it's important to keep in mind where these actually take place. Top of patterns, bottom of patterns, breakouts, right? Can you guys show me a similar candle on this chart on ASO? You guys see a similar candle? Look back here on the earnings beat, right? 6.2 million volume. right? They came in, lots of buying, lots of selling, and indecision candle. So it's doing the same exact thing here, right? And so what I would expect from here is the same type of pattern, little dip and go. Um, this is why you want to be in these before the move and sell into these people. You want to be the people selling into these people and then rebuying, right? So that answers that. Any other questions from the room that we need to go over? Does everybody understand the square play this morning, the Roku play this morning, um, the earnings plays in general? Does everybody understand why we were trying to long them? And in this market, it's harder, right? It's harder because they don't hold up as well. But like I said in the pre-market, I said I think they're going to squeeze Roku right off the bat. Was able to catch that. So yeah, 600%, right? It's crazy. So awesome job there. He learned from the master. So the rule is though on those plays, you guys got to cut me 10%, right? I think that's what me and Dritz. He sends me 10%. No, Dritz actually comes up with amazing ideas, and so that's we feed each other. Um, and Dritz is the guy that helps with the Excel sheet, so you guys can tell him thanks for if any of you use the Excel sheet. All right, so I'm going to go on to my training then, if no other questions or chart requests or anything like that. Um, so per last week's email we sent out, I tell you what, how many of you guys did not type a 2 in if you did not read or receive an email about the personal mentoring group that I'm going to be having coming up? Put a 2 in if you did not receive it. Yeah, we blocked you on purpose though. You didn't, Massimo? Okay. Nick, you didn't either? Augustin? Okay. So some people didn't. All right. Well, to sum up, we're going to start sending out weekly newsletters, kind of giving a rundown for the week, some of the trainings, um, and some information. And last week, I told everybody that I'm going to open up the personal mentorship group again. Last one I opened up was in November of last year. Uh, Danger Girl, Anant, Cajun Cat, Justin, they were all part of Ephraim. They were all a part of that group. Um, and so I'm ready to go at it again. We're going to do it a little bit differently this time, and that's what I'm going to go through here with you. My goal, guys, is to get everyone that wants to, everyone that's in this room, into the what I call the no category through personal mentorship. And if you have a desire to do that, great. And if you don't, I promise you, there's no hard feelings. Everybody has their own trading journey, and you got to get to where you want to get, however you need to get there. So here, let me start this. Plumbing issues. Hey, no problem, Jim. Yeah. Let's see. So everybody can see the PowerPoint up here. Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Um, I'm watching Amazon too, guys. Here we go. So do you guys see why I sold that at open? Right? I sold that Amazon at open, bought it back as it came down to the gap close. So I've already locked in some profits on that Amazon. Now I can let it run. All right, I'm going to try not to watch the markets while I do this training. We'll see how well that works out. So for me, guys, I always ask people to start with their why. Why do you want to do stuff? Well, for me, I believe that financial and mental empowerment allow people to dedicate more time to their passions, which then can influence the world in a positive way. I influence the world in a positive way to try to having a powerful impact on personal people, personal relationships. You guys know that before I actually started the mentorship service, I started with Anant because I wanted to see if I wanted to mentor people. And I view Anant as a brother. And now I've added to that family with Justin, Cajun Cat, Danger Girl, some other people as well, Justin. One person that's still trying to crack the family is Efren. He's kind of the black sheep of the family, but it is what it is. You always have one, right? Um, so that's how I feel fulfilled as a person. And this is why I started businesses as well. I still have relationships with people um, that were employees of mine. One of my area managers, she invites me to stuff in back in Alabama, even though I'm out here in LA. She's like, "Come on, you can fly out here and come to my anniversary party and watch my kids for me." We always joke around. Uh, I'm still in touch with some guys that one guy he actually went to I don't know what it's called, but like chef school. I don't know. It's like some kind of school for chefs. And I bought him his knives when he graduated. I told him if he graduated, I'd buy him his first set of knives. And so anyway, that's just how I feel fulfilled in life. It's through helping people on a personal level. Now, yeah, culinary. There you go. Culinary school. I didn't know what it was called. Something to do with cooking, and all I know is his knives were expensive. Like I did, I told him I'd buy them for him. I didn't know how much they were. I was just thinking knives, but man, he came up and he's like, "Here's the knives I want." And I was like, "Dang, I already told you I'd do it, so here you go." But they were expensive. I didn't know you could charge that much for knives. Um, all right, so I think everybody understands my vision and goal here, but let's just run through it real quick. Everybody needs to be able to find consistency and sustain profitability. That is the key, right? This is what creates wealth. And in the personal mentorship service, you're going to be able to have somebody who's done that look over your shoulder and help guide you through it. So again, this is an exclusive limited membership thing. And guys, I don't want anybody to be upset if you want in and can't get in. I, I just can't mentor 80 people at one time. It has nothing to do with uh, you know, you per se. It's a numbers thing, right? So if you for whatever reason don't get in, don't feel bad. But the good news is um, I'm going to try my best to squeeze everybody that wants in. I'm going to do my very best. And luckily this time I have help, right? Beforehand, it was just me. But now I've got Danger Girl. I've got Justin, Cajun Cat, Efren and Anant. They're willing to help out. And so I can take on more people. And it's not just me. Now, if you want to create real wealth without doing backbreaking labor, we need to learn the markets, right? But guys, I will never tell you that follow my alerts, chase my trades, and you're going to make money. I just don't believe that that is providing real knowledge to people. Um, you guys see how differently I trade than Anant trades, or that Cajun Cat trades, or that DG trades, or it's everybody has their own method, And that's what we have to develop for you. Um, and so we want you to have a foundational knowledge of the market. If you still are kind of questioning, hey, is what candle does it, what does this mean? What is this candlestick? Is this support? What is resistance? What is VP? I'm not real sure. You know what? That's what we have the TTU for. You've got a great educational resource, right? A lot of good stuff in there. Once you get that foundation, I want to take you to the next level through personal mentorship, right? This isn't for quote unquote beginners. We want the beginners to get your foundation in the TTU, okay? Now, as far as the boot camp's concerned, personal training, right? I'm going to tailor everything to you personally. We have a strength assessment test. I can look at see what your strengths are, what your they don't call them weaknesses. Lesser attributes. Um, you're going to see me doing the live trading, and we'll go through some of the schedule later on. But you guys know how this past couple weeks I've been doing basically every day live trading, and the schedule is just Monday, right? Monday is for the TTU, the main room. Everything after that is just value add. If I want to get on, it's just value add for you guys. But Monday is for the TTU. So we're going to turn Tuesday and Wednesday back into focusing on the mentorship group, um, and we'll go into to this further later on. And structured education to avoid information overload. Now I want to put a caveat in here. One of the things for the people that sign up and want to join, one of the first things we're going to send you is I've got a list here of Efren. I don't know if you looked at these or added them up, but I've got a list here of about, I don't know, I would say 10 hours, 12 hours maybe of stuff that you need to watch, educational material you need to watch. And we're going to send you all this information that we want you to watch to make sure that you have the foundation that we talked about earlier. So it will feel like information overload at that point, but I want you to make sure that you're able to watch these, and it won't be information overload if you have a foundation on what's being shared. So if you sign up, you're going to get hit with an email that says, hey, you need to watch this, you need to watch this, you need to watch this. And then in the next week, you need to watch this, you need to watch this, you need to watch this, because it is a boot camp. Now, one of the things I want to tell you is one of my family members is, I don't know what the technical term here is, but he's part of the army and he hacks. He's a cyber hacker. Um, really smart guy, good with computers, and like hacks into like, I don't know, Russia or whomever, and try stealing their information, whatever they do, right? That's he's in there. But to get in, they actually said you're too out of shape, and they said you got 2 weeks, and then we're going to go to boot camp. So even before he went to boot camp, they said here's what we need you to do. That's what this is for you guys, for anybody that wants to join. Okay. Now, um, the key aspect of this, guys, is accountability. I don't know if you guys hear Anant. He'll jump on and he'll say, "Hey, I got to update my journal, or I'm going to get in trouble." Well, the reason he's going to get in trouble is because Cajun Cat comes at him with claws, and she's like, "Hey, excuse me, why aren't you updating your journal? I'm trying to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and I'm trying to learn, and you're not updating your journal, right?" And so now it's like, "Oh crap, I got to update my journal. I got to get on it." And so trading can be lonely, and it's hard to stay disciplined. And so if you have people in your corner saying, "Hey, let's get it, let's go," that's what can push you. That's often what is needed. Um, yeah, she is. She's great or not. So, and through this journey, guys, this is a. I don't know if you guys ever heard Nate say this. I was an 8-year overnight success, right? So this is it's a constant battle to master oneself. And you do that through a group and accountability and having what I call the no. Okay. So, quick review here, guys. We're going to have the personalized approach. We're going to have finding your edge, right, through that personalized approach, applying that risk management to that personalized approach. And here's the key, and we'll go through this at the end as well. Uh, in my boot camp, I've got a huge section dedicated to the psychological aspect of it because this is where it all comes down. So once I get you the no, once I give you the no, you have to take that and apply it. I can't do that for you. To do that, we've got the psychological side of things. Now, you guys know I actually use a life coach. Um, his name's Dr. Tom. He helps me. I meet with him every week, and he's great. And so we'll go through things that he teaches me. And if you guys want to be a part of that, he would love to have you. So now the key concepts, you guys know, they're the same key concepts that we're doing in here. They're just more in depth. And so we go through reading the tape, data research, technical analysis, and into psychology. The other main part is the technical analysis part, because everything that you do, no matter what your edge is, you need to be able to have technical analysis. It's just a must. You have to have it. And so going in deep here is where you gain confidence to affect your psychology in trading. So do you guys know how Anant will sit back and just wait? He's mastered the waiting game, right? Let it come to my levels, and if it comes, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. I move on. Well, ask Anant how long it took him to get there. You know what I mean? And it's a process, or as Efren would say, a process of going through failures and understanding where you need to improve. Okay. Now, here's the roadmap, guys. Kind of what I'm looking to do. We're gonna send you that information, right? We're gonna give you a personality assessment. We're gonna create your why. Talk about the growth mindset, understanding it. We'll have our May 28th strategy session. It's from 5 to 8 p.m. We're going to talk about all kinds of things in there: volume price analysis, volume profile, a communication method that I call the GROW method, setting your core values. I'm going to give you a trade journal that I want you to fill out, and it's going to be the exact replica for everybody. You can apply that to however you want. You can put it on your chart, but it's going to have a list of things that I want: why you entered, what play from the playbook it is, price you entered at, what your risk is. All of that's going to be lined out for you. And one of the things that we do, guys, is here. Let's see if I can show you. We give everybody their own channel, and an example of this is I know it's going to be harder to see, especially on YouTube, because I can't zoom in. I don't know how to make it bigger. But you can see our trading team up here. Everybody has their own area. So this is Cajun Cats, right? So Cajun Cat posts her ideas in here and her trades in here, and we can all go back and we look at them, right? So this is a part of the trading journal. Everybody has their own little section, and there's no hiding. We win when we lose together. And everybody can go in and we can look at each other's trades, and it's like, oh, okay, well here's where they're journaling. Here's what they're doing. And it allows us to keep track of who's journaling, who's following the protocol, who's obeying their stops, and it keeps us accountable. Now, I think in week 1 that I'm going to be able to get all the way through the SEC filings. So that one, it took us a little bit longer in the previous one, but I don't think it'll take us as long this time because you guys have more knowledge of it here. We have the SEC training section in our room, right? That that section alone would cost you probably a few grand to learn. Um, and so we're going to deep dive into that on week 1 as well. I think we can get through that on week 1. What will happen is after this training, after May 28th training from 5 to 8, that Tuesday, I'm going to show you live. I'm going to put into example live session of what we did, what we went over on May 28th. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to look to you and I'm going to say, yes, sir. Paco says 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to say, hey, all right, guys, I want to see you guys applying it now. I want each of you to apply it personally. So find a trade that will apply these methods and put them in your journal section so that we can make sure that you're applying them correctly. And that Wednesday is it's literally me dedicating my time not to trading. It's to watching you trade over your shoulder to say, "Hey, this is good." Now, guys, if you're not ready for it, if you feel like, "Man, I don't know," you still need to take shots at it. I don't mean by taking a real trade. Just try to find one and we could just paper trade it. But there's some people that are sometimes afraid to put on a trade because of being wrong. That goes back to the growth mindset. So that's what that Wednesday's for. It's for you guys. And then after that, we're going to have another strategy session June 4th from 5 to 8 p.m. Okay. So we've got 6 hours of scheduled train time here that we're going to really just shove you through. And it's going to be the next one, it's going to be going over just various edges that I use, helping to define your edge, figuring out where you are as a trader, how many edges you should have, focusing on one edge. And if you are a decent trader and you've already got one down, okay, let's add another one to it, right? Now, is Nate G in the room? I think Nate G's in here, but he's got the TPS method down already, right? So if Nate G was like, hey, I got the TPS down, let me learn something else, that's fine, right? He's good with the TPS. But if you don't have the TPS down and you're trying to add 3 or 4 more, it's like, all right, let's just focus on one. So it's to stop you from system hopping. That's what new traders do a lot of the time is they system hop. They think, oh, well, I can make more money with this one, or I can make more money with this one, or this one's not working. I can promise you, I can give you the best system in the world, and if you can't trade, you're not going to make it work. It's a psychological approach to trading and understanding how to trade. Okay, edge hopping doesn't work, Lakshmi. It does not work. All right. Now, after we start getting your edge developed and go through how to develop your edge, I want to see you personally putting in the work so that you're developing your edge. Same thing. We just journal it, review, go back, and I'm going to have quizzes for you guys at the end of these weeks to see how far you've come, see if you're understanding, and see what needs to be repeated. Now, the main bulk of that week number 2 session is psychology and accountability. We talk about trauma therapy, understanding that that's what losing money is. It's literal trauma, right? I don't know how many of you guys have blown up accounts, and if you haven't, consider yourself lucky. But most traders blow up accounts. That's just what they do. It's just the price of admission. And it's hard getting over that trauma. So we go from FOMO, fear of missing out, to fear of making money, because I'm sorry, fear of losing money, and that stops us from making money, right? All of a sudden it goes from FOMO to fear of losing money, and it's like, oh, this is a great setup, man, I should buy it here. Oh, I can't buy it here. Oh, I'm going to lose money, and then it goes, and you're like, oh, I should have bought it, and then you end up buying it there when you should have bought it beforehand, and then it goes back down, right? So we're going to help with all of that. Again, we're going to go through the weekday trainings, Tuesday and Wednesday training, and that's it. That's the boot camp. Congratulations, you're now part of the family, on your way to becoming a part of the faculty. What I am looking at is I'm going to set up your own channel for accountability. You're actually going to be assigned accountability partners. So let's just say, I don't know, Lisa, Brian, and Lakshmi, and Nick. Let's say all four of them went in and they want to get in. Well, um, Nick is going to be under, let's say, Efren. Danger Girl will be under, I'm sorry, Lisa will be under Danger Girl, right? So Danger Girl, you're not only going to have me, you're going to have other people. And I think, from my understanding, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think Nate G is going to be underneath Anant, right? Anant and Nate G, they get along so well in their trainings and make fun of each other. So, you know what I mean? They're going to be the accountability partners. Um, so as far as, can you pick your own partners? Well, you can suggest, you can say, hey, I'd like this person. So yeah, suggestions would be sure, absolutely, throw them out there. Um, but I can't promise you. Like if everybody wants, Efren, Efren can't be the accountability partner. Yeah, option 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'd be great. That would be perfect. Um, now, what's going on? The ongoing schedule after boot camp. Every Wednesday, guys, it's strictly dedicated to um, what I call the family, right? The faculty, the family, everybody that's in this mentorship group. It's Wednesdays. I'm going to get in and we'll trade that market open. And then I'm going to have office hours after that. And what that office hours is for, it's just whatever it is that you need help with for that week, whatever you're doing that week, hey, that's what that time's for. Let's go through it. Let's knock it out. Um, the structure and the setup is, hey, let's let's just say Lisa is with DG. Lisa's been asking DG questions. She's been working on things, right? Now it's time to bring it up to the professor, right? Office hours, think of it as like a professor time. I've worked with my accountability partner. I've gone as far as I can go. Now I need to bring it up to the professor so we can go a little bit further. Then after that, that's when I come in and I'm like, all right, let's bring this to the next level. So this is why I'm going to be able to take more people and be able to help more people, is because we have access to me, but also to faculty, right? You have access to faculty. And you also will have access to any future boot camps that I do. It's not like, hey, okay, you're in, you're out. What my goal is for everybody is for you to become faculty. And once you become faculty, that's, you're providing value add to the team, and you're a part of faculty, right? You're a part of the group. And that's my ultimate goal for everybody, right? I want everybody to feel like we're family, we're part of the faculty, we're giving back. And then guess what? Next time I'm doing this on the boot camp session, I'm going to be saying things like, all right, so for the new people, you may be under Brian, you may be under Lakshmi, you know what I mean? You may be under this person or that person. And guys, if that's not something you want to do, maybe this isn't right for you, right? Because I want to give to people that are willing to give to other people. I want to give to people that are going to make the world a better place. There's so much negativity in the world and there's so much bad. I want to be that light that shines on the mountain that says, hey, I don't care how bad of experiences you had. We're here whenever you're ready for us. Okay. Now, here's a summary, and what we're going to do with the pricing is access to pre-boot camp self-learning materials, 2-week long boot camp, access to myself, access to the mentors, opportunity to become a part of the faculty, lifelong part of the mentorship group. Now, we put an asterisk there, guys, because the way things work is people just fall off. And what I mean by that is life happens. If you come in and you've decided not to trade, then yeah, we'll probably remove you from this group that we're in. We'll take you out, right? Because you've had life happen. Um, and then there's people that are strictly takers. I don't know who those people are. And I hope it's none of you. I hope that I select people that are willing to give back. And if you're just a taker and it's like you're not willing to participate and it's just take, 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 it's like, all right, well, maybe maybe there's a reason you are the way you are. And so we want to put that caveat in there for that reason. And then the price is going to be $3,000 and it's going to include 6 months of the main room membership. So it's like you're committing to me for 6 months because I need at least that amount of time with you. And that's how we're going to turn you from a make some, lose some, lose some, make some, lose some, lose some, make some, lose some, lose some, to make some, make some, lose some, make some, make some, lose some, right? Now, this is the goal. One thing I want to be very clear on, guys, if this money is going to make it hard for you to feed your family, to buy drugs that you need to take care of yourself, do not do it. You do not even need to be trading, okay? I do not want to take your last $100, your last $3,000, your last $1,000, because I promise you, the odds of you being successful after doing that is very small. It's a psychological thing. If you're just barely making ends meet, you're trying to, you know what, I got to pay for my daughter's cancer chemotherapy and I've got 5,000, I need to turn it into 100. This isn't the right spot. Okay. And I'm just, you guys know I'm going to be real and I'm going to be blunt. You know, don't do it. Uh, if this is discretionary income, if you've got money that you can trade with that you're not worried about losing, then yeah, this is great because I'm going to teach you how to trade. And in the future, if you have disposable income and you're not worried about losing a couple thousand here or there, yeah, this is a spot for you. But I want to be real with that because, and not bringing up any other services, but I saw complaints from other services saying, hey, I joined because I thought that I could turn this little bit of money that I had with this 100% service that I could double it and I could make all this money. That's not what this is about. I'm not going to give alerts. I'm going to tell you, hey, this is when I'm getting long. This is why I'm getting long. This is where I'm selling out. You guys know how I do it. But I'm not going to say, hey, do this. Like today with Roku. I had 315s teed up in pre-market, but it ran to 320, so I had to change it. Kept going. I said, all right, I'll get 320, 330. And so it's not going to be, hey, this is the trade. Get in now. Okay, get out now. I'm teaching you how to fish. And you can look at a knot. I have been with a knot for over a year, right? A knot? It's been a year. And so Anat's getting to this point where he doesn't even care what I say. He just does his own thing. And that's what's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of it. He's like, I don't care what Donnie says. And he forwarded me an email today that it Anat, do you mind if I tell him what your email said? I don't think you care. You've never cared before. He forwarded me an email today from someone that from an alert service that he was a part of in the past. And he said, man, Donnie, I just want to tell you, I'm so glad I'm not dependent on these people. We were in every single one of these trades before this guy sent this alert out. We were ahead of the curve And I am so grateful for it. So he's his own trader now. He's not waiting for so and so's email to say, buy this, do that. Now, with all that said, before I jump into the next part, is there any questions that I can answer for anybody? Efren, are you around, brother? Is there anything you want to add to this? I know we went over some of this. Is there anything I left out? Anything that you? So the boot camp, the specific boot camp is going to be this 2 weeks. Okay. So the specific boot camp where I'm actually drilling this stuff into you is going to be 2 weeks. However, the ongoing schedule after the boot camp, every Wednesday, I'm going to be in there for you guys, office hours, trading, and you'll have access to all future boot camps. Because I'm going to be honest with you, there's going to be people in this boot camp that were a part of our other, like DG and Cajun Cat and all of them, and they're going to learn things in this boot camp because there's so much information. You're always learning. And so the future boot camps you'll be a part of, and I hope in the next year we're going to have you guys being a part of the boot camp. Instead of me getting on and talking about SEC filings, I'll have Anant, I'll have Danger Girl, and then that way everybody's actually doing the boot camp. And so the actual boot camp is 2 weeks, but it's going to give you access for forever. Whenever you guys, want to come in or come out, it's up to you, to the faculty in our services here. Um, and this is what I call the inner circle, the family. Now, one thing I didn't talk about, and I want to make sure to talk about, I don't know if this is a bad thing or a good thing. Maybe it's a weakness of mine. Maybe it's a strength. I don't know. But has anybody ever seen the Fockers? Put a 2 in if you've seen the Fokker. Yeah. Do you remember what, I think his name's Greg, right? Do you remember what they tell Greg? He's like, hey, you're part of the circle. You're part of the circle of trust, right? That's what I want here. It's that kind of commitment. Now, if you're with us, you're with us. And you're only with us, right? That doesn't mean you can't be a part of simpler trading or Raging Bull or whatever, but your focus is us, right? Your focus is on us and growing everyone around us. It's so important that we grow ourselves. What happens a lot of times is there's so many Discord channels, there's so many services, there's so many chat rooms. You're trying to be in 50 different places at once, and it's not allowing you to grow, and it's not allowing you to help those around you to grow. So I hope that makes sense. Circle of trust here with us, okay? Let me see if I missed any questions. I thought there was a questions. How often are you planning to do the boot camps? Crunchy, I can't answer that. I don't know exactly how often I'm going to be able to do them. I want to do them as we bring in new people. You guys know I've done zero advertising. Nobody's gotten paid from this for anything that they've done. We have some funds that we can advertise with, but I want to use these funds, guys, to also hire, like the guy that I use, Dr. Tom. I'm trying to hire him as a coach for our group. I want to hire him so that whenever somebody needs to go to Dr. Tom or the psychology coach to say, hey, can we talk? I want to hire a risk. I'm in the works with hiring risk managers to help us manage our risks right? So to say, hey, I'm gonna do this every 6 weeks or whatever, that would be great. I don't know, but what I'll tell you is the first group I said was 12 weeks. We started in November, and we just we're not finished because we're never finished, but we just ended that session, right? So November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So that was 7 months ago when we started. um, Now this one, no, you don't, Lakshmi. Lakshmi asked, do I need to sign up for Market Chameleon, Dilution Tracker, and other sites to be a part of this training? Nope. No, in fact, that all that can be a part of what you're signing up for. Cajun cat, yeah. No, I'm not gonna rent a yacht or a jet, and not gonna have money cannons flowing anywhere. To each their own. I'm not saying that. I I don't like throwing shade at other people a lot unless they're scammers. If you're a scammer, yeah, I'm gonna throw shade at you galore. But people like Ross from Warrior Trading, the guy gives everybody warnings. Don't follow me, but people still do it. Kyle and all of them, that they said the same thing, and people still do it. People are going to do what they're going to do. But um, anyway, yeah, I'm going to start a 15-minute timer to sign up. And if you run out of time, then you lose that chance. No, and guys, if again, I promise you, if this isn't something you want to do, I'm still going to be in the TTU. What you signed up for in the TTU, the monthly thing, it's going to be there, and I'm going to be there every Monday, like I promised. Every Thursday, I'll probably open it up to the whole room. I'll be in there, and we'll still be doing our Friday trainings. Hopefully, in about 3 to 4 to 5 weeks, we'll have more people to do trainings because they're going to be a part of the faculty then, right? Um, so that's the goal. Yeah. Um, so what Cajun Cat just said, be ready to work, guys. I'm a nice guy. I'm working on becoming meaner. Um, I'm not accepting excuses. If you sign up for something and you tell me you're going to do it, you better do it. And if I tell you I'm going to do it, you better hold me to doing what I told you I'm going to do. So I have a saying: do what you say what you do, and communicate when you can't. So there's people that signed up for the previous course, and he actually had to move. Yeah, he had to move. I get it. Hey, hit me up when you've done with your move, and we're going to go back through this process, right? So I want you to do what you say you're going to do. Um, all right. Any other questions, Efren? Do you want to jump on and say anything? Perfect. Uh, Go ahead. Yeah, we're all going to Danger Girl's house for the graduation party. We can destroy her house, right? Wreck it. Um, and I debated over whether or not to say this or not, and Efren might get mad at me. I don't know, but guys, the goal here is for you to become faculty. Once you start giving back in your faculty, you're not paying money. DG, Cajun Cat, Nate G, they don't pay any money for this for the service. That's the goal. I want you to stop paying me money. Do you know why I want you to stop paying for the service? Because at that point, you're bringing value add and your ideas are making everybody money. So I took some profits on Yeti this morning and I took profits on 20 contracts. And I think of those 20 contracts, I made, I think it was like 2,800 bucks. So a knot made me $2,800. That's that's really what it was. Now I pushed the buttons, I set up the plan, but it was his idea, right? So that's how I want to transfer everybody over, right? So that we'll bring in new people to get their feet wet with what I call the undergraduate, right? And then this boot camp is kind of like your master's, right? So you've had the undergraduate, now we're going through the master's, and you're getting your PhD when you become faculty. So that's kind of the vision. Um, yeah, it's great, Sanjay. And do you see how different he approaches things than I do? And that's what's so great about it. He's developed his own thing. Any other questions, guys, that I can answer for anyone in the room? Yep, that's it. And so the reason, I mean, to like, I have to show you in real time the things that I'm going to teach you, right? And there's no better time to do that than that first hour. Um, and then every Wednesday, guys, it's going to be yours. It's your Wednesday, and it's I'm dedicating that Wednesday. Like I'm going to trade that first hour of open, and then hey, again, this is after the boot camp. Hey, whatever we need to learn and grow from. Um, let's see. Do you have success and failure rate for each faculty? Um, I know what I know where each student is. So it depends on what you mean success and fail rate. So for example, we've had people that have doubled their accounts, right? Um, great. We have people that are breaking even, that were losing money. We have people that are actually making able to turn a $4,000 account into an $8,000 account. One guy turned 25 into 50. So I know where each one of these people are. To define success, success for me is the individual person. So, for example, Efren, maybe this is a good time to talk about it. We're going to send out a link, and we want people to answer all of these questions. And one of those questions is, where are you as a trader? Are you bleeding money? Are you making money? Are you making a little bit, losing a lot, making a little bit, losing a lot? Are you making a little bit? Are you just over the hump? Are you just kind of break even? Or are you profitable? And so success is going to depend on where you are, right? And so if you're starting at the bottom of the ladder, well, taking that first step up, that's success. And then taking that second step up is success, right? And so each person is different. And success to me is improving. My goal in life, in everything that I do in life, my family, my wife, trading. I want to be 1 to 2% better, you know, today than I was yesterday. Now I got to be honest with you. Some days I wake up and I hate everybody, and my 1 to 2% is like screw that. I'm staying in bed. I'm depressed, right? And you have those days, but overall, I want to do 1 to 2% better, and it's slow and steady that wins the race. So to apply, do you guys see this link that Efren put in? Go there and check it out. Answer those questions. That'll let us know that you're interested. And we're going to take this week and read through those and figure out who we can help the best and go from there. Does that sound good, everybody? No, Crunchy, it's not. So the TTU schedule is going to be the same. You know that Monday is TTU, the main room. Um, the the last couple weeks I've been doing pretty much every day, but the schedule that's on TTU is not going to change. No, Senthil, there's no entry test. The reason there's no entry test this time is because I have more of an idea of who you guys are, and I'm gonna be able to pick from you guys here. I have better knowledge now. Yeah, Doc. The reason last time a lot of people it was just a numbers game. I couldn't handle the amount of people that came in. So Lakshmi, I was talking with Efren about that last night. Efren, do you mind me talking about, I don't know, about numbers here, like amount of people? Yeah, so I told Efren, I was like, I'd love anybody and everybody. I'd love to just let them all in. The question becomes the efficacy of the program. So let me just ask this question. Um, let's make it hypothetical. Put a one in if you have kids. Put a one in chat if you have kids. I have kids. All right. Put a put a five in if you have more than five kids. Put a five in if you have more than five kids. So I guess we don't have any Mormons or Catholics in here, right? Because they got to have big families. I can say that because I was raised LDS and I'm part Catholic. um, Once you start getting over a certain number of kids, what happens? You're LDS, Jay? So am I. It's I was married to my wife in the Mesa Temple. Um, exactly, Mitzi. It's the law of diminishing returns, right? It's like, if I had five kids, so you guys know my story. My dad committed suicide. My mom had to raise us four kids. I was the baby. So guess what happened to me? I, I got to do whatever I wanted. No supervision at all. Zero. She didn't have time. She so my older sister had gotten pregnant and had a baby and had to get married. So like my mom didn't pay any time to me. Like zero. She just couldn't because there wasn't enough time for her to go around. So that's why I'm trying to figure out where that line is. Now that I took 10 last time. Now that I've got DG, Cajun Cat, Efren, and Anat to help, then I think I could take up to 20. You know what I mean? Um, I think I could take 20. And so, it's that line that we have to walk. And to be quite frank with you, if we take 20, I'd say 3 to 4 are going to just stop. They're going to fall off. And so it'd actually be 15. You know what I mean? So, that yeah, 20 is the high side, Sanjay. Like Efren was talking to me and he's like, I don't think we should do 20. For me, it's like, shoot, let's get it up to 20 if they want to go. Um, he's more around the 10 to 12 size. So that's still, those are the numbers we're playing with. Um, I don't want anybody to feel rejected. And that's why I'm making it a 2 week course. So if there is other people, then maybe we can get to them sooner than 7 months, maybe more like 4 months, right? All right. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, yeah, Trademeister. That's how I. That's There's a reason it's that way, right? There's a reason they do that. All right, guys. If no questions, Funko, here we go. Man, I hope some of you guys are catching this thing. Do you guys remember the levels I said to pick this up at? Who remembers the levels I said to pick up Funko on this pullback after it already shot up? What was the levels? Who remembers? Come on, guys. This is stuff you gotta remember these things of why. This is what the teaching is. It's the 23 range. Remember, dipping down into this 23 range, right? You're already up a buck. You're already up a buck on this thing, right? This is how we become consistently profitable traders. We set the trades in. We forget about them until they get filled, or they don't get filled at all, and that's fine. Go. CVS 85 again. All right. Any questions I can help with? Any charts you guys want me to look at? Guys, it's an exciting thing. It's an exciting journey, and I can't tell you the joy that I feel by seeing Anant, DG, and being able to change people's lives. Um, and it's all about having the butterfly effect. That's it. I want to have that butterfly effect, and oh, Biden speaking. Uh oh. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Is that what's Collins in the Q's and the SPY to roll over here? More taxes? Is that what he's saying? Is he talking about the capital gains tax? If anybody is interested in Roku, playing Roku, um, I'm going to be looking to get directionals and VPS here soon, probably next week. I want to be looking for a rounding pattern. So if anybody wants to play this with me, help me keep an eye on it. And this is going to be a VPS followed with a directional. Hey Jay, that's what it's about. And Jay, as you grow with confidence and as you grow as a trader, you know, you'll be able to comment more. You'll jump in there. You'll do things. And just so you guys know, to be a part of the faculty, right? That's the ultimate goal. It's a process, right? If you're not ready to jump out and put yourself out there, that's completely fine. Um, my goal is to try to push you out of your comfort zone because that's how you grow. So I'll say things like, "Hey, this is something you need to do," or "This is something I'd like to try with you." And if you're like, "I don't know," then I'm gonna push you, but it's ultimately your choice. But it's the process, right? It's the process. Great question, Lakshmi. Let me dig into that here. So, ultimately, where would you guys set an anchored VWAP? Hey, I don't know if Dritz is still in here. Dritz, are you in here? Where would you guys set an anchored VWAP? Yeah, for sure today. Dritz, I'm trying to figure out where to scoop up long positions on Roku. Where would you set an anchored VWAP on this thing? Um, I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking here. Let me check. I liked here because of this breakdown day. Um, so if we could get a retracement, let me see if that lines up with any. So this is from today. Let me take this back. I don't know if we're going to get there, but man, that 300 is nice. So a more aggressive one. You got a few on the daily. So this is Dritz. And just so you guys know, Dritz is a stud, like real stud, like really, 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 really good trader, high level advanced trader. Um, yeah, if I could wave a magic wand, I would say that 300 level would be perfect. Uh, will we get there? I don't know. If I came back and just said, you know what, if I'm just going to use it off of these guys, then I would say this 307 area right here at this anchored VWAP 308 area. Um, I'm willing to take a shot around there as well. But again, let price action tell us. We can guess, but if we don't see a reversal pattern setting in on a longer time frame, I won't. So I'm going to let the price action tell me. Yeah, that's anchored. That's anchored VWAP. Yeah, I told him about that, Dritch. You took a good risk there. Um, all the bad news was priced in, and that was a great catch. I don't know if you weren't here in the morning, Dritz. I got up at like 3:30 this morning because of our conversation yesterday about this being the 1.5 times play. I was actually buying the equity as soon as I could in pre-market to sell into the pop at open. So thanks for that, Dritz. You made me money today. So here, let's talk about just kind of the internals of the market here. You guys know I'm not a huge internals guy. Like I do pay attention to them, But do you remember the other day when I said, "Hey, this day's important, right? It's a very important day." That was yesterday, right? Because we were hanging on a cliff. There was a lot of charts that were about to fall off. Excuse me. There were lots of charts that were about to fall off, and we needed a bounce. Otherwise, you were going to get a continued wash. So we've gotten that. We've got our bounce today. So, yay, great, wonderful. We're going to the moon, right? Not so fast, my friend, right? So, as Lee from the football guy, not so fast, my friend, Lee, whatever his name is. Um, I would love to see this gap get filled, a little churn to show sustained buying, right? To create a reversal. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for next week. So do you guys see how, even though I'm not a big internals guy, I do pay attention to them. I do watch them. They are important, but I play the chart using internals as a secondary. Um, yeah, UPS. So UPS guys is kind of like how I view CVS. Um, their numbers were stellar, right? How high is this going to go? I don't know. Nobody does. But I am playing this to the long side anytime that I can. So you start getting these lower time frame squeezes, right? Go for it. Now you start getting out to the 3 ATR range on the daily. Okay, maybe size down, but then let it pull in and it'll stay up there. Look at HD, guys. Look at this thing. I mean, it's just nuts, right? 246 to 337, 40% move. Boom. So should you have sold here, 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 right? Like, I'm never going to be one to tell you that it can't go up or it can't go down further. Um, so yeah, I'm actually in Sanjeev. I'm actually in Goldman Sachs. I think Dritz is still in them. Maybe he may have sold out. But me and Dritz, we jumped on these things months ago. Um, Lakshmi, a lot of people play that way, and a lot of people take charts from specific. Like if you go to the Qs, take a chart from the Qs, take a chart from the IWM, take a chart from the SPY. It's moving. Um, my scans, I can tell you which sectors are going without having to look at the internals. So, for example, Lakshmi, do you remember the chart I said that we needed to get into yesterday at the open? Do you remember what it was? It was BKE, right? Why do you think I was telling you to get in BKE? Do you see? Take out yesterday's candle. Do you see how pretty this chart is? Right? I mean, it's a beauty of a chart, right? Oh, well, yesterday I said, hey, BKE, beauty of a squeeze. This is in a sector that is moving, right? This is in a sector that is moving. I know this. How do I know this? Because I've looked at the other charts. So I know that sector is working, like transports, right? And so for me, yeah, I probably do it in reverse, but we're both doing the same process. I find the charts. My scans find me the charts, and then I see, oh, this week I see a bunch of drug manufacturers. Oh, this week, you know, we seeing this, right? So that's just how I do it and how I've always done it. And again, back when I first started trading, we didn't have as many quote unquote internals. You know what I mean? There wasn't as many ETFs and stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's SIG. I didn't even think of that. It's a good catalyst thing, Lakshmi. It's a good chart too. It's Momo shifting today. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Good job finding your own trades. Man, this CVS, I'm telling you, it's just every day it's the same thing. Look at these fat flags that this thing's creating day after day. Flag, boom, flag, boom, flag, boom, flag, boom, flag. So yesterday was one I would say, you know what? Maybe it's resting time, but it still came right back up to its highs and flagged. And then today, love it. No reason to sell. Hey, he ignores me too, Lakshmi. All right, guys, I'm gonna go have some lunch. I'm usually done by now on Fridays, but because of what's happening where we are, I'm gonna check back in because I'm looking to put on a Peloton VPS. We've almost gap closed, so I'm looking to put on a Peloton vertical put spread, bull call spread, and some other things. Any questions before I jump off? All right, guys. Jim, yeah, you want to go over it again? I think you were having the plumbing problems. Let's run through them. Here, let me. You already went through the first one with you, right, Jim? You understand that one being the high wave candle and all? Give me 1 sec, Jim. I've downloaded these charts like 4 times, so they're in my downloads folder. All right, let's see. Okay, Jim. So on this one, this is simply called a high wave candle. For it to be a spinning top, it would need to have um, shorter wicks and a kind of like a doji, little bitty body um, with little bitty wicks. It's kind of a spinning top, tight range with a little bitty body and little wicks on the top and bottom. This one's a lot of range, so it's a high wave. Now, a lot of people play these as simple over under plays. That's it. So what they do is they come in here and they say, they'll say, okay, long over, short under. Isn't it funny that my line was right on the bottom of this candle? I didn't draw that on the bottom. It's just there. Must be a VP level. And so they'll play over under, right? Now you've got a lot of range on this one, so I personally wouldn't play this as an over under. Check out the float compared to the volume, right? Put in an anchored VWAP where the float's rotated last, and then start playing off of just this candle, literally just this candle. Um, and what will happen most likely is something similar. If you look back here, this was the other high wave candle that it put in, right? Pop up, earnings play, gap down. Now this is a breakout. Why did it trigger? Well, it made new highs and brought everybody in, right? So now you've got brand new shareholders that are sitting right here. And then you've got profit takers. So you're probably going to get a little dip down. And then this is where you start looking for consolidation. This is why in the previous week, I was saying, hey, ASO, beautiful squeeze, dip to the 21, grab it. Now we sell into those people. So that's all that is, indecision. And literally this is setting up to put an anchored VWAP right here. Now, for the other one, your question was a little bit more, a little bit harder to explain. So your question was, oh, so play the breakout. The breakout is an option. What you're seeing here on this, there's and Jim, as you figure out your edge, you'll start compounding on that. Like Anant had a epiphany here this week that said, "Hey, if this play and my edge breaks down, it actually turns into this other play, which is another one of my edges, called the two step. So I can try it off the two step, right? And eventually, you just start compounding upon that. So yes, you could definitely play this as a breakout, but I promise you, there was some plays in here that you could have said, you know what, I'm going to play this chart as well, right? If I just look at this and scroll this back to here, simple chart play, right? If you're watching this chart, if this is one of your watchers, man, if this comes down into this area, what a great buy opportunity right off the top of this flag, right? And you see how that works? Like, I don't make this stuff up. Like, this is just the way the market works. Like, right, it top ticket, right? You're like, man. So yeah, you could have definitely bought the breakout, but you also could have bought the pullback on this, right? And what candles are you seeing off of this level? What is this right here? It's a high wave candle, right? Followed by a hammer, followed by a break, right? Bullish, basically a Marizabu, or however you pronounce it. I don't even know how to say it, but that's what it is. So this is, hey, great opportunity to get long here. So yes, definitely you could have played the breakout, but you could also have played the pullback. Now, what you're doing now though is right. You're breaking to all-time highs. So you've I'm sorry, it's not all time. It's what is that? 52 week. So you're at 52 week highs. So today you should have triggered in. You should be getting a lot more volume today by triggering this. So that for me, that's a warning. I don't know if you remember what I was doing this morning when I was showing you Roku. So do you guys remember when I sold this Roku? When I said, all right, so I sold the first lot up into here, and then I sold the second lot, or I'm sorry, I rebought here and said this level needs to hold, and then I sold here. Who remembers why I sold here? Does anybody remember? Anyone? Exactly. It was volume. The volume we need to see increasing volume here. And so on INTAP, you see how we've got higher volume this day, this day. All right, this should be bringing in more volume. We need a volume bar up here about 1.7 mil. Um, what was this one? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading these numbers wrong. No, I was right. So about one, we needed about 1.5 mil today. If we don't get that, they're just not buying enough to sustain this push. You're going to get a pullback. So that's how. Ooh, OCGN. You see how Cajun Cat OCGN, like, for me, this might set up a nice short. So does that answer your questions, Jim? All right, perfect. All right, guys, I'm gonna go have lunch. You guys take care. I completely forgot about that, Efren. Um, yeah, DG or DG or Cajun Cat, or I don't care who it is. DG, are you in the room? I don't know if Danger Girls is in here. Guys, one thing that you can do is Cajun Cat, DG, Non. You guys can get them on the mic to talk about their experience of going through it, going through the boot camp and all that kind of stuff. Um, so feel free to do that. And next time we see DG, I'll put her on the mic, put her on the spot, see if we can get her to talk about it.